Hey guys, welcome back. I wanted to do a follow-up on cobblestoning since recently I had somebody that asked a question. And so, to kind of review, you're cutting out thousands of pieces of skin, and those pieces of skin are going to go into an opening, a hole that's cut, a slot. And you're going to try and make that the top of that skin even with the rest of the surrounding skin. And you have to keep in mind this is very difficult to do. And so you're doing thousands and thousands of pieces of skin. So each piece that's not set perfectly level will either be a pit or it'll be a cobblestone. And cobblestoning is kind of self-explanatory, like a cobblestone road or like a snake skin. Now, a lot of guys think that maybe this is not a big deal, but it is a big deal because hair transplantation is see-through, and so most especially if you style your hair where you're combing it back in any way at the hairline, you can see that skin because the hair is see-through. And so what a lot of people are going to find, or a lot of patients are going to find, is that if that skin is cobblestoned, people are going to pick up on it right away. And so what you'll also notice with patients that have had hair transplants is they'll do a comb forward. It's fairly well known in the hair transplant industry. A good example would be if you look up the actor Jeremy Piven. Most of his hairstyles are comb forward. He's combing it slightly forward for some reason, and that reason is to conceal the hairline. So something's probably going on there, because it's not something that you would normally see in every shot. Why is he combing it forward constantly? And you have to keep in mind that these clinics, they hire young people to do this kind of work. It's very tedious. It's very time consuming. It takes the whole day. The doctor doesn't want to sit in there doing this all day. He wants to generate more sales or do whatever he has to do to grow his business. And spending 8 hours setting grafts every day, day in and day out, takes away from that time. So it's much easier to get somebody that's younger. Usually it's going to be a female with smaller hands. Pay her a few dollars. Especially if you go to some of these poorer countries or these countries where a dollar it's worth more. Turkey would be a good example. So you can get all these young people that'll work for a really low wage setting grafts. And what does this mean for you? It could mean disaster. Yeah, I'll give you an experience, my own experience. This is going back in the 80s. You know, I was trying to repair the initial damage. It was a real nightmare. And, you know, I have a lot of cobblestoning too. And I come to find out through an undercover news report that was televised locally here in Chicago that this doctor had somebody working in the clinic that was actually a handyman on his farm. The same doctor owned a farm one state over in Indiana. So this guy was a handyman on the farm, and then he did stuff around the clinic. We can say he was a janitor, because that's what he did. He did a lot of cleanup and that type of work, or whatever needed to be done. He was the guy, and so he was also was noted in this report. He was actually setting grafts. He set my grafts. That same person could be setting your grafts. We don't know. You don't know who these people are. They're not doctors. They don't have any kind of medical designation. They're just doing monotonous, tedious work. And so the state's attorney in this state filed a case against this doctor. And eventually, what happened was this doctor just picked up and moved to another state, and he does business out in the West Coast now. And it's really that simple. These doctors can just, you know, when you start a business and it's an LLC, you can just declare bankruptcy and just start new. So no one can really sue you. They can try, or they can sue your insurance companies, or you can, if you're suing the doctor, his rates are going to go up. But a lot of these doctors can just pick up and move. That happens. And so, yeah, I had a guy that set my grafts that was a janitor. And the exact same thing could be happening to you. The person that's setting your grafts, maybe they were working in the mall. And this would just happen to be a better paying job. That's the reality of this industry. You're not going to know that unless you've been around for a very, very long time. You know, people, they fall into this trap of seeing the guy with the white coat on, a doctor, an authority figure. That's all bullshit. You got to clear that from your mind. That's something that's been programmed into you as a child. A lot of these people are just full of crap. You know, forget about it. They're in there to make as much money as possible, and very often they're 10 times worse than the dishonest mechanic or the dishonest plumber. You really have to be careful. And I'm not saying they're all bad, because there are a few, but it's a few. The rest of them are just getting in it to make money. Why do you think doctors get into this business? If you went through all this schooling and you got your license to be a doctor, and what do you tell your friends, your family, that you're transplanting hair? It's kind of like, it's almost laughable in a way. That's what you went to medical school for? To cut out pieces of hair and move them around? But it's the money. It's so lucrative. It's easy money. You're dealing with desperate people. It's an easy sell. But these people that get into the chair, they do not understand what they're getting into. There's no coming back from this. You get one chance, and it's very limited as far as what can be done. And you can destroy your skin. It'll be completely distorted. You won't be able to shave your head because of this cobblestoning. It's all distorted. People will be staring at you. And so now you're caught in a trap where if you continue to lose hair, now what do? A lot of these guys are forced to wear wigs. It can get to that point. So really be careful. Like I said, and I always say in every video, see patients in person. Marketers are marketers. These people that are advising you on the internet, on YouTube, these guys are all marketers. Everybody's on YouTube thinking they're going to get rich. Everybody wants to do a podcast. Everybody wants to make the easy money. And you're the person they want to make it from. That's the reality. Okay, I'll see you on the next video. Subscribe. If you have questions, comments, please leave them. And I'll try to answer them if I can. And see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.